Hey BookTube, let's talk spoiler territory about The Last Star by Yancey. I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, and today I want to talk about The Last Star by Yancey. This is the third book in the Fifth Wave trilogy, and on audio it is narrated from two points of view by Phoebe, Strole, and Yannette. Well, I can't say enough good about the narration. I thought it was wonderful. I was so impressed with it, and I think if you're going to listen to this book on audio, you're really going to be happy. I like the whole series, and I've done a complete review on it. But I really wanted to talk about some of the reasons that I did not care for the last book. And I get into spoiler territory. First of all, because it's the last book, and second of all, because I want to talk about some of the details. I didn't like this last book. I thought it was a bad ending. Now, it ends on a note that a lot of people thought was very appropriate. There's a build-up and a build-up and a build-up to the very end, and Yancey takes Evan Walker and erases all his memories and erases his mind, basically, and turns him into this killing machine. And then Cassie, in order to get away from him and kind of subdue him, she ends up knocking him out, I think. And then she goes and they download all of everybody's memories into her brain. Well, first of all, it doesn't blow her brain out, which is surprising. But then she ends up going to a shuttle and going up and blowing up the spaceship and dying, basically. She saves the world. And Evan, in the meantime, they restore his memories somehow, not sure how. And then there's an epilogue where Ben, or Zombie, and Ringer, whose name I can't remember, she has a baby, and then Sam is with them, and Evan Walker is also with them. And then they are just a little family, and they tell Sam, oh, your sister was so brave, and when you look up in the sky, you know, see this Cassiopeia constellation, and that'll remind you of your sister. She was so wonderful. And then Evan Walker kind of can't take it, and he feels like, well, I got to go kill the rest of the I don't know what he feels like he's got to go on with the extermination of those people. Okay, first of all, I don't get why so many authors choose to kill off key characters just for effect, just for impact. Cassie didn't have to die. And here was, the story where it was so creative in the very beginning, and with the Fifth Wave, and the Infinite Sea was so philosophical, and that's my favorite of the series. And then you get to The Last Star, and here I'm expecting for all of these philosophical questions to be answered about who the aliens are, and why they've come, and why the humans who are on their side are on their side, and then why, what are the things about humanity that make us human? And, I didn't get any of those answers. None of those answers. We never found out why the aliens were here, or who they were, or really anything about them. Yancey kind of turned that spaceship into an empty thing that, aliens would have sent out ahead so that everything would get cleared out. Humanity would be eradicated from the planet, and then they could come. Okay, huh? Then how is it that you have all these humans in charge? And, okay, so unanswered question there. Why did Cassie have to die? And I want to ask this question because Cassie's priority overall was always Sam. Sam was the most important person to her. He was the most important thing to her. She was always doing what she was doing in defense of Sam, trying to keep Sam safe. And, she felt some moral obligation to kind of be a part of the resistance, as it were. But Sam was so important to her. And Evan Walker became important to her too. And yet, they dump all these memories in her brain, and all of a sudden she feels like, oh, I've got to go save the world. And so she does, and she dies. Honestly, I thought Yancey was going to bring her back in the epilogue. I thought there's no way. There's no way he would have killed his main character. Why would he do that? Why? Why was that a good ending? Not to me. I really did think in the epilogue, I thought he's going to create some situation where she didn't get blown up and now she's changed somehow and she's better and he's going to bring her back and she's going to reunite with the group, and then, you know, she and Evan Walker will have a happy ever after, or all of them will have some kind of collective happily ever after. No, I kept waiting and kept waiting, and I got to the end and I thought, no, you killed your main character and you brought back Evan Walker? I mean, if you're going to kill anybody, wouldn't it be him? Wrong ending. Really badly done, Rick Yancey. The further I get from having read it, the madder I am about it. It was the absolute wrong ending for this story. Wrong ending. I honestly, if I were not concerned about owning the whole series, I wouldn't even buy the book because it just made me that mad. I'm still mad about it. I get really emotional when I get into a story, and this one, I felt so betrayed. So betrayed. So, yeah. That's my spoilery rant on The Last Star by Rick Yancey. And if you've read it and you have any feelings like that, or, you know, in opposition to that, if you really liked the ending, please, let's talk about why you liked it, because I sure didn't. And if you've got some good things to point out to me, then I am all for hearing that, because I don't like to diss a book. I don't like to be unhappy with a book. Yancey's a good writer, and it's a great series, but that ending. If you have a different opinion, I sure want to hear it. So that is it for now for me, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.